Most contractors hate sales because they think it means chasing clients. The truth, if you do it right, they chase you and you close bigger jobs faster. In this video, I'll give you the exact sales framework I use to close six-figure or bigger deals without feeling like a pushy, greasy salesman. Most contractors rely on word of mouth and they hope clients say yes. But when they don't, you're stuck begging for work. I used to be terrified of sales calls. Believe it or not, I'm quite an introvert. Then I built a system that makes sales simple, predictable, and scalable without having a personality. And there are only 4 questions you need to close almost any deal. There is a difference between selling and closing. In selling, we're diagnosing what the problem is, what the appropriate solution is, and creating differentiation how you uniquely will deliver the best value on that solution. When you're closing, you have put a price tag on that solution, you are asking for the business, and they say no. Now closing begins. It is a negotiation. It's not persuasion. So to get to that point, everything you do prior to that negotiation sets up who has leverage once the client says no. Here's what I mean. In my 3-step framework, it goes qualification call to site visit to proposal. And then there's a bonus step 4, and that's the downsell. In the qualification call, the acronym is JTNBA. You need to find out the job scope, the timeline, the need, the budget, and the authority in that order. And it goes from least intrusive to most intrusive when you're talking with the customer. Okay, and the reason why you go with timeline first before budget, once I find out the scope, I ask them, when would you like this completed? When they give me a date, there's a reason behind that date. Ask. Now you got their emotional need. That is the ammunition you need to close the deal. Then with the budget, every contractor I've ever ran into who has been professionally trained by a contractor sales coach up because they present a range of what the project would cost to the homeowner. And I'm telling you right now, 80% of your profit are gonna come from the whales where money is not an issue. So why would you anchor them low with a ceiling? Don't get in the way of your client spending money. Instead, go to the low end and give them the realistic low. So now we get to the site visit. The site visit is where you do all your selling. Okay, yes, you're going to inspect the job site, but that is all theater for the homeowner. The main thing is you're gonna ask a million questions and you are gonna pretend like you are in rapt attention to what they have to say. That way they feel listened to. That's the #1 complaint homeowners have. That contractor doesn't listen to me. Okay? We speak completely different languages and care about different things. We're trying to figure out floor plan and elevations and material quantities, and they want to talk color and pillows. 2 totally different things. Let them talk about their HGTV stuff. Let them dream about the future state. You're gonna sit them down at the kitchen table and you're gonna present to them a canned presentation that goes over the 4 things that homeowners will evaluate you on. The homeowner is evaluating you on your stability, your reputation, your craftsmanship, and your professionalism. And the thing is, if you don't give them all of that information in one centralized place, they're gonna go to Google looking for it. And when they go to Google, they're gonna end up in your competitor's sales funnel. So do yourself a favor. If you hate competing against bids, start giving them proof that you are a stable company, that you have a sterling reputation, and you have built projects like this before, examples of your workmanship and your professionalism. Professionalism comes down to 2 things. Do you meet deadlines on time and do you meet budgets? That is it. Oh yeah, and are you not an in your communication? That's all you gotta do. The bar is that low. So now that you've done your site visit, now we get to the proposal. The proposal is where the closing starts. The thing is, people write checks to solve problems. The problem with construction is a lot of times, this is a luxury, not a necessity. You have to sell against the option of doing nothing. And the other issue is, we have no freaking clue what this project is gonna cost until we have airtight construction documents. And to do that, that's gonna take anywhere from 80 to 160 man hours to get to that point. And the homeowners want you to do your homework for free and give them a number that they can make a financial plan on before they even decide they want to go down this road. You want them to commit to doing a project with you. That's the whole point of your proposal, is to sell the design process as insurance against the project going past budget and past schedule. And so then step 4 is what I call the check down close. Now, this close system, if you do it right, is going to sign 1 out of 3 proposals. In order to close a deal, you need 4 elements. You need a problem, you need a solution, you need scarcity, you need urgency. So we're gonna start with scarcity, and that's always the next step in your process. So if we're at design agreement, the next step is measure meeting. So you're gonna create scarcity by saying, good news, we had a rescheduling, we're available next month, anytime next month for a measure meeting. And if that doesn't work, I'm not available for a year from now, which is an unspoken way of saying, listen, if we're not gonna do this now, you're dead to me. Okay, we're creating scarcity. And so then you're gonna say, hey, where do we go from here? 99 times out of 100, they're gonna say, I need to think about it. You need to be very worried if they're ready to sign. That means you left money on the table. So they're gonna say, I need to think about it. Just be ready for it. It's always gonna happen. Don't be afraid of it. Now we're gonna create urgency. But before we do that, we're gonna schedule our follow-up call because we're professionals. And you're gonna say, okay, cool, when are you thinking of getting back to me? And then they're gonna say, they're gonna give you some bullshit response. It doesn't matter what they say. And you're gonna respond to that, even if it does work for you, it doesn't. You're taking control back. You're in charge. You're the one in demand, all right? You're the one barking orders. And so you're gonna say, you know, I really wish that would work for me, but I'm only available for a short decision-making call with you. Yeah, make it 7 days from now. So today's Tuesday. So next Tuesday at 5 or Wednesday at 5, which is more convenient? I didn't say which one is convenient. I said which one's more convenient. They're gonna pick a time. Even if they have no intention of showing up to the call, they're gonna schedule with you just to get you out of the house. So now I want you to let them off the hook. And the way you do that is you're gonna close your laptop, you're gonna thank them for the opportunity to compete, you're gonna gush about how cool the project is and the vision and how you love working with people like that, and you look forward to seeing them next Tuesday. You're gonna be so Midwestern nice, okay? And then you're gonna say, oh, by the way, if you try to present more than one offer to a single problem, you're not negotiating, you're begging. We don't beg, okay? So that means we have to invent a new problem in order to provide a new solution. Follow me? So the way we do that is like, you know, by the way, I have one more concern. May I share that with you? And they're gonna be like, oh my God, yes. And you're gonna say, well, I would be shocked if next month's measure meeting is still available by next week when we meet. And the last thing I want for us is to circle back, and you guys are excited to move forward. I'm assuming the sale here. And I'm not in a position to serve you until next year. The key word I'm about to say is not if. When that happens, am I still even a contender for this project? Or do you need this done sooner? This right here separates the interested from the committed. Because the people who are merely interested, they'll be like, yeah, that's not a problem. You're never gonna close that, so stop wasting your time. But the ones that be like, oh no, that is a problem. Now we get into my 4Q close. But first, we're going to try to close the deal without any drama. And be like, okay, well, you know, I tell you what we do. We're introducing a solution. Why don't we do this? Let's swap some completely reversible paperwork, your contract, and I'll take a completely refundable $500 deposit. And if for whatever reason you and yours want to move in a different direction, I'll just give you your money back. Fair enough? Now, what you just did there is you completely took all the risk off the table. The only person at this point that's still gonna say, you know, that's really generous of you, but I still need to think about it. The only person that's gonna say that is one of 3 people. They're broke and they don't want to admit it. They are overwhelmed with making the decision. They are using the natural human impulse to seek time to make a hard decision, thinking that time makes decisions when information does. Or C, sorry, they don't trust you. There's nothing we can do about that. Now we're trying to figure out, is this a person that needs more information? Or is this person a brokey? Or is this person not trust me? And this is how you do it. I call it the 4Q checkdown. The first question is, okay, well, I respect you guys need to think about it, and I totally understand that you want to get the project done now. My thing is, will it be a problem for you? Because remember, we're now introducing our third problem. Will it be a problem for you if I'm not a real option to do this project? And then what I want you to pause for a second and then be like, what I'm trying to say is the process that I've shown you. Do you even think this will give you a better chance than most at an on-time, on-budget project? And then this is where they're gonna start gushing. Oh my God, you're so professional. No contractor talks like this. You have to be the guy, whatever. Like, okay, cool. So now I got them to agree saying this solution will work. Second question, do you feel I've been forthcoming with the necessary information to even feel good about that assessment? Now, this is a really Tony Robbins way of saying, do you feel I'm a liar? And they're gonna say, oh my God, yes, you've given me all the information I need to make a decision. What did I just do for the person that is trying to stall for time? I got them to declare that they have all the information they need to make a decision, did I not? Then the third question, it's about risk. We've gotten over the information hurdle, now we gotta get over the trust hurdle. We don't know which is which. They're not gonna tell you. This is gonna sound silly, but do you feel there's any chance that I'm just gonna take your $500, throw away my $1 million contractor, catch a flight to Vegas, put it on red, FaceTime you while I do it, flip you off when I collect my winnings and buy a ticket to Mexico, never to be seen again? Like, do you think that's gonna happen? And they're like, oh God, no. There's no chance of that. Cool, so now they just said that they're not gonna get ripped off, right? So now we get to the fourth question. Okay, well, we're gonna recap. If you truly feel this is the right solution for you and you truly believe that you have the information to even know that to be true, and there's no chance I'm gonna stiff you on your $500. The last question is, do you have access to $500 not to commit to this 6-figure project, not even to commit to this 5-figure design, but rather to preserve me as an option while you guys consider your options? Because for that to happen, I need a small micro commitment from you to justify turning away future business. Fair enough? Got them, right? That's how you do it. So the only person that's still gonna say no at that point doesn't have the money, doesn't trust you, or is one of those crazy analytical types that wants you to basically get to as-built for them for the price of free, then estimate it. They essentially want you to do 40 hours of free work for them to have a number that they can make a financial plan on just to decide if they're gonna go through with the project. So guys, once you've taken this system and adopted it to you, sales stops being scary. You stop losing jobs to cheaper competitors. And you want to get paid what you're worth, because when you're getting paid what you're worth and you value your time, people start respecting your time, which means you're gonna be making more money and having more time to invest in your family, your hobbies, your freedom. So guys, comment below if you want me to drop the full qual call script to you. I'm happy to send it to you. And if you're stuck at 1 to 3 million, make sure you watch my last video on why your real problem isn't leads. If you enjoyed this video and you're getting value from my work here, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. It helps the algorithm promote our channel to other contractors with your problems so that we can help elevate the industry together.